So, hello. Welcome. Week 5. Halfway through, because we only have 10 classes because we're a slightly extra long one. So we're halfway through, and I just want to take you to take a look, if you haven't already, at your assignment briefs. So I've kind of given a breakdown of the rest of the year. 2 assignments, but I've exploded them out to 4 hand updates. Try and make it easier to manage your project, with the goal being a vertical slice game prototype. So 40% for pre-production. First thing is your 1-page concept document. So it's a concept document and a product backlog. Have you created backlogs before?
Yes,
Yes. What is a backlog?
it's a list of tasks that you need to do through your whole project, and then if you can divide it into sprints.
Yeah.
To do
Yeah. Yeah. So it is a Scrum Agile management method of creating backlogs. List of features, list of tasks to create. So on the 9th of March, that is when I'm looking for. I want to know what your concept is, your breakdown, what is your mechanics, and I want a list of the features or tasks that you have to complete before the end. So all of the rest of the projects are based on this one game idea, essentially. So you have a bit of time to come up with that. I've attached, as I say, 1-page concept document. Yeah, I have the 1-page thing here in different formats, a template for 1-page game design. Give you an idea of what I'm looking for.
It is maximum 2 people, isn't it?
Yes. So also when you're submitting your concept doc, that's when I'll know if you're working alone or if you're working with someone else in the class as a team. So the basics of, if you remember our formal elements, we're talking about your objectives, your rules, your mechanics. I want to know what your game is, single sentence description. What are the design pillars, the 3 things you're building around? For example, fast, action-packed, mayhem, the feeling or emotion that you're trying to get. Here are formal elements. So what's the genre? Is it a puzzle game? Is it an action game? Is it a visual novel? It can be any type of game, so I leave the concept up to you. What's the story? What are the mechanics? Brief summary. And then features. So try and separate the features into must-have features, into features that will be attractive, and features that are purely functional. So must-haves are just things that people expect, like WASD movement. Arrow key movement in a first-person shooter is kind of a must-have, meaning no matter how much you work on it, you won't impress anybody with it. We'll talk about that in reference to the Kano model. Interface. How is the player controlling the character? We're going to look at a different input method today. We've been using key presses this whole time. Today we're going to look at mouse input and create a little way of picking up and moving rigid bodies around the screen using our mouse. What is your art style? So any assets you create yourself. Well, actually, I wouldn't be looking for assets in this submission. Maybe for later. But give me references to images and games that have a similar aesthetic. So a mood board, something to show this is what I want this game to look like. And then music and sound, include links to music and sound design similar to what you're trying to achieve. A development roadmap, this is essentially feeding into the product backlog. So you can have the product backlog as the second page of this document, or you can have it as a separate document. Perfectly fine. So concept document, and let me know if you're working with someone at max team size of 2 people. I'll know by the 9th, so a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. A good bit of time to start thinking of the concept, start building it out, start having conversations with your classmates about whether you want to work together. And then the second part of pre-production is your first game prototype, your working game prototype. So that is due on the 23rd of March. So after you have a concept, the first thing you should do is make a prototype as fast as you can. And you can start on this right now if you have a concept in mind. So the first functional version of the prototype. So a rough, functionable, and disposable version of the game, meaning you may scrap whole parts of this, you may scrap the prototype entirely, just to test the core mechanics, validate if the game is fun, and identify any technical issues. Is a feature you're trying to develop actually going to be a lot of trouble? Focus on gameplay loops and use placeholder assets to save time and resources. So don't worry about building all of your assets or creating a bunch of pixel art for this. It can be blocks, squares, cubes, placeholder things. It can be an asset pack you download from Unity, something that's free. Just follow things down. So low fidelity that ignores polished graphics or sound or story. It's just about what the mechanic is, jumping, shooting, etc. Yep, looking for a Unity PC build, the Unity project file, and then the submission document, the standard Dorset College assignment submission. Just that, submitted with the names in there. So, pre-production is 2 assignments, spread out. And then I'll have the briefs. I'm going to basically have the briefs done for the other 2. I don't want to overload you. The CA2 is later in the year, 7th of April and 13th of April. So the Trello page, we'll talk about that in the next class. I don't want to go on and on. And the vertical slice are both due after. So first production or pre-production, then production. It's 2 parts. So essentially 4 hand updates.
We need to submit our final project before your project.
Oh, your research project. What date is that due? Actually, I don't want to clash with any dates.
I guess it's 25th or 27th, so we need to deliver.
Of March?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just take a look.
One part.
One part?
22nd of March.
The project.
One part? No, I guess it's everything.
Everything.
I think yes. Let me just.
No, it's the software submission. It's 22nd, and 5th of April we do the project report and the presentation.
Okay.
5th of April.
It's very close to my Trello submission. I might move a couple of days with this.
Ah. So oh.
Okay.
No, actually, it's submission software 22nd, project report 5th April, presentation 5th of April.
Oh,
Tomada.
presentation and report on the same day.
Yeah.
Provavelmente vamos. Eu não sei se eu vou ver.
Yeah, then my game is after. Right. Please update me if the date of the research proposal changes. Sometimes it does. Generally.
I hope.
Yeah, you hope. Well, for you it's good. For me it's really annoying because like I'm great. I'm not overloading them, and then it's like, oh, it's the same day. I'm like, oh, jeez. It happens more than I'd like it to happen.
So basically, the CA1 is like a report, and the CA2 is a game production. Is the designer in CA1?
CA1 is 2 parts, and the first part is your documentation, your concept. But the second part is your early prototype, so a Unity build. I want to see the rough.
CA2, it's like the game working. The production.
Yeah, the rough version of the game, and then the final version of the game is in CA2. So you're giving me 2 games. One, the rough, broken, no graphics, no sound, nothing, and then the final version of it.
não tá funcionando não, João. Acho que...
Eu mudo aqui, peraí.
Essa sala lixo.
E a gente do NT salame.
Ligou. Acho que eu olhei pro cafezinho. Ah, mas eu desisto. Acho que eu tenho bateria.
Ó, mano.
Tem aqui, ó, dá aqui, ó. Bota aqui atrás.
Sem cara.
No chão.
Vê se a outra parte tá saindo, né? Pela tudo.
Pronto, deu certo aí. Deu certo, né?
Uhum.
É a extensão que ele tá ali, tá horrível, esse grandão aí. É isso mesmo.
Uma vez um trabalho com dois.
São duas partes de cada, como se fosse 4.
Com 3 partes, na verdade.
4.
3 partes. Uma prototype. O terceiro é o projeto.
4.
4.
Hey everybody, I'm Blitz. Welcome back to another episode of Human Fall.
É Trello,
Uf.
ó. É documentação, protótipo, Trello, depois o game final. 4 partes.
Mas dois, né? Não sei.
Puzzle games. Do you play puzzle games? Have you ever played a puzzle game?
You do Tomb Raider. It's like 50% shooting, 50% puzzle.
Let's see. What's the game called?
Is that Tomb Raider?
Oh, yeah. Tomb Raider. Yeah, there's lots of puzzles in Tomb Raider. It's usually finding a cog and then going and something opens. Yeah. Yeah, people like puzzle games. They went away for a while with the advent of 3D and action and GTA, and they kind of took over, but they've steadily been coming back, especially among casual gamers, mid-core gamers, more adult gamers who don't have time to sit down 6 hours a night to play a game. They only have, half an hour, and then they're bored. But casual and dedicated gamers are finding solace in them.
Não.
One of the driving forces is the integration of storytelling in these games. It's telling a story as we go through. Tomb Raider is an example of that. There is story, minimal, but there is story happening throughout the games. You're usually racing against some other evil Tomb Raider to find some artifact. So a good story can elevate a simple puzzle game into something more, a more meaningful experience that will keep your players engaged.
It takes two.
Takes two. Hello!
Fica sentado desse lado, não quero ninguém problema com passar.
Freedom.
Oh, you need him as a buffer.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot be too close.
I don't want anyone to block my
Oh, I get you, yeah. There's a fire. There's a fire. I'm getting out of here.
It's fire, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, puzzle games live or die on good storytelling and intuitive design, functionality design. This presents a great money-making opportunity for developers because puzzle games, compared to something like Tomb Raider, don't require as much building. Tomb Raider does have puzzles in it, but also every new level is a new world, a new experience, new models, new maps. Then you look at something like Balatro. Have you guys played Balatro? Very, very compelling game that does not require grand level design. While I'm talking about it, I should bring it up. Grand level design at all because it's based on cards.
What is up, guys? More numbers oriented than I was expecting, but poker hands makes sense. Straight, these are all from poker. You know, pair, two pair, three of a kind, straight, flush, full house, four of a kind, straight flush. Blinds. So I'm currently against the small blind. I need 300 chips to beat him, I guess. Vouchers, no idea. Cards also earn you some chips. Hover over to C. So this is 10 chips, 9, 7, 5. So, okay, it corresponds to the numeric value. Now select up to 5 cards to play and
So,
press play hand. So
there is innovation here because it's taking the 52 card deck and inventing a completely new game that involves a lot more jokers. You see a lot more jokers in this. And there's chips, there's tokens. It's built on poker, the poker system, understanding the hands of poker and resonating with them. The reason this is easier, it's a very dense system, obviously, to create, but there is no world design, there's no level design beyond these assets. It's UI heavy, and it's interaction heavy, so they're making all the interactions feel very nice. Notice the way it wibbles and wobbles every time a card is active. Let you know things are active. Great UI design all the way through. The thing that we would do with overlays where we dim the screen so that we're highlighting the overlay, they do that whenever there's a tutorial mode. And this one Indie Game of the Year, and it is hugely successful. The one thing they're spending a lot of time doing is trying to stop people from turning it into a real gambling game, which is difficult. There's Chinese rip-off of this game already existing that charge money and are ripping people off. Of course there is. And you can play it in physical as well. If you buy a bunch of cards, you can just play this game, but you need to know all the rules. But that's also what's great about this, and why it has such cross appeal, is that it is just using standard cards. You could just make this game at home. If you downloaded the rules, you could just play it. It's like another game for everyone.
We're running into a situation where we almost have a straight.
Well, I can't listen to that guy. Yeah, a lot of things that you would understand already. If you play poker, small blind, big blind, raise the ante. Yep. So, strategically, moving into the puzzle sphere could mean that you could invent a game that takes a lot less time to develop, aesthetically at least. The programming side would, of course, be difficult. But aesthetically, you're not stuck creating models of orcs, or a storyline, or narrative, or getting voice actors involved, or getting storyboard actors involved to do a cutscene. All of that is gone because you're just making a puzzle system. Also, people love challenges, and we're innately drawn to something that is a pure challenge. It's this whole game is a puzzle, a logical thing that you have to solve. So jumping into the psychology behind puzzle solving reveals a complex interplay of cognitive functions, emotions, as well as reward systems. So playing a game that is designed as a puzzle makes you feel smart when you solve it. They stimulate our brains. They offer a sense of accomplishment upon completion. Winning a game of chess still gives you that feeling of intellectual superiority because it is recognized as a game of strategy. And they engage our minds in a number of ways. Lateral thinking, puzzle solving, critical thinking, being able to examine something and make a smart choice. So a mental workout can be both challenging and therapeutic. It makes us feel better. Releases serotonin. This is why puzzle games are chosen by the casual gamers, the people that don't have time to sit down and play Xbox, but they do want to have a release at the end of a long day. So when we get that dopamine surge, it's going to reinforce our need to solve these games. Yeah, so it has been proven that puzzle games will engage your mind, will make you feel better about yourself. And surveys have demonstrated the significant roles of semantic ability and mathematical logic in the problem-solving process. So it can actually make you better at your job. And they did a study once upon surgeons, and in a control group, they gave one group of surgeons had nothing to simulate themselves. The other group were given the Nintendo DS and ordered to play a brain training activity over a month. The people who played the games showed that they were better at their job. They were becoming more precise in their movements. Their minds were more alert because they engaged them with puzzles. There's an intrinsic motivation in solving a puzzle. Somebody's presented with you a problem, such as an escape room. And what moves us to play is simply the goal of playing and competing and the potential of winning rather than any external rewards. So playing puzzle games is the same. You're not going to win any money, unless it's a gambling game. You're not going to win any money. You're playing for the joy of winning, the intrinsic satisfaction of solving a problem. Most games are built on this. A study by Huang Wu-Byun emphasized the significance of problem solving in nurturing talent. Research highlighted that students who engage in problem-solving processes exhibit improved adaptability, communication skills, and interpersonal abilities. Another research focused on how it could be therapeutic for us. It can alleviate stress. It can help aid in managing your depression, and if you have an issue. So there is cognitive behavioral therapy with puzzle solving involved. Some classic puzzle game examples, and this one does use quite a few assets. Portal 2 is a great example of the genre.
To your performance are speculation on our part. Please disregard any undeserved compliments.
The puzzle being physics-based. You have a gun that shoots 2 portals, red and yellow. Have you played this game before?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That's genius.
I like the interaction between the computers.
GLaDOS.
The GLaDOS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually never played this one. I finished the first one in one night and it was great. I loved it. Just like you get that song at the end.
That is really good.
And all that stuff about the cake is a lie. So there is a weird story going on in this, but it's never really goes anywhere. It's just you and the portal gun. I mean, there's probably more in this one.
Wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be a deliberate test.
I like the one called The Witness.
Yes.
It's really good.
Yes. The Witness is another example of a great puzzle game. Built on this one mechanic of drawing.
Yeah, it's really good.
And Portal 2 is built on one mechanic of portals. That's the main mechanic. You can make those 2 portals. They never give you another gun, another weapon. It's just this. And The Witness is all of this. Portal-y things. Or not portal. Drawing patterns. It's simple logic puzzles as you go through. There was a parody game of this. Did you ever play the joke version of The Witness?
I heard, but I never played it.
I've forgotten what it's called. It's quite funny though.
I tried to play one for 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Which is you took photos
Mm.
of something on the screen,
Mm.
and then you apply this photo somewhere, and then you're supposed to change the place. I played for a little bit, and then got a little bit like I don't know, that they took the enjoyment somehow.
I see.
Because this one is really good.
How slow
Yeah.
is this? It's kind of slow. I don't know
That's
if I can
really well
back
done.
up if I get it wrong.
Many times the answers is like is on the stage and the level you have to look around and
Maybe it needs to connect
see
to
things
the
from
camera.
another perspective.
Yeah.
to
Oh yeah. There's lots of like, and
This
like
solution.
stuff like this. I like the way it leads you around the level. There's a rope, a wire on the ground in the middle of the forest. You're like, well, where is this going? You know.
Let's look at what this one is.
So yeah, good level design in this as well. No other characters. It's all just these puzzles, right? I don't think you ever beat anybody else in the game.
Okay, I'm not meant to press space. I'm meant to press like left click maybe. Ah.
There we
pressed
go.
the wrong button.
Powered up indicator. It's gone yellow.
Understood. All right.
It's called the Scribbler.
This needs this first.
The Looker.
Do you guys remember a couple of years ago?
Yeah. Sempre simplesmente com curva, eles acham só. Eu tô pensando em terminar.
You can just cheat.
Ele não muda. Acho que eu tenho que ficar passando por hoje. Ela tem uma apresentação. Não interessa, isso não existe por volta, eu vou explicar. Porque da ideia é explicar o nosso entendimento. E você, tipo, quem não se apresenta?
Through many births, I have wandered on and on, searching for, but never finding a better deal than 0% APR on certified pre-owned vehicles. For trucks tougher than a drunk Marine, come to Mike's Pre-Owned, where we do the things that get things.
It is. But then it's taken the absolute Mickey out of it.
Kubla Khan received an
But it looks very similar. Like they really
yes.
built the
All
same
the wires
same
and the-
system. Yeah.
In order to move on, you need to
voyages.
solve the same
I
kind of
never supposed that
puzzles.
this trip should
Yeah.
be any different. He put his
There's another one, a little bit old, the Talos principle is really good.
Yeah, I know the Talos principle.
It's really good. Took me like ages to finish because it wasn't easy to get like any. You have to solve everything by yourself.
I don't understand this. Anyway, that's the parody. Then the last one we'll look at is Humans Fall Flat. So this one's built in Unity. I think The Witness was as well.
And this one is really good too.
Humans Fall Flat, yeah.
It's really good.
His story is interesting. He was a guy who worked in IT for a long time, and then over about 6 years, he was trying to make games. And you know, he released a couple that didn't work, and then Humans Fall Flat did. And he's like, "Great! I don't have to be a web designer anymore." So yeah, I just included the link there. Never.
Takes a little bit of time to get used to like how the hands works because it's really annoying sometimes.
Yeah, the way this
You are
control
sure you are
works.
doing something wrong that it's not happening. It's annoying. The good is that they keep releasing like new
versions.
new versions and new maps.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, because you can just keep expanding.
And sometimes look really difficult, and then you can do like something really simple to start with.
Multiplayer. So instead of being the single player gang beasts it used to be, now it's a lot different. And let's see how it goes. If you do want to check out their channels, their link are down below in the video description too.
Aha! All right, so this is what the human fall flat. Oh,
All right, I guess it's just me and Blitz.
There we go. See, Top.
That was weird.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just get rid of the trash here. Get rid of the trash.
Everybody line up. Let's compare costumes.
Okay.
real quick.
Okay. Compare costumes.
Am I still
As
naked?
I
on
go,
here? And here we have C-Top, who is.
So, rigid body ragdoll. So every limb is like its own rigid body, physics, connections.
Stop it! No, I want you to live.
Push that thing out of the way.
We all do.
Wee. Make it in the door. Oh, man.
We did it.
We did it.
Another thing to consider for your game designs, are they multiplayer?
Exactly how to
Multiplayer can be fun.
We could move those things around.
You
or
just jumped over it.
Yeah, I mean, why do you have
lift
to
yourself? I don't remember.
left and right click?
There we go. Why'd you move it further away?
Because
this is much easier to just do it this way.
Wee. Uh-oh.
Me and Baron suck at this game.
yeah.
Whee!
How did I get up?
All right.
Baron, or Dre?
What now, Blitz?
Dre, over here. Oh, we gotta.
Actually, yeah, we need to move this.
Okay, grab on. We're just gonna do everything for these two ding dongs.
No, dude.
There we go.
Okay, I made it over. Okay, now.
Actually, wait. We need to have it in the middle so we can jump on it.
Okay, you go bring it back and I'll jump on it.
I think I grabbed your leg.
Grab me. Hey guys, we made it! Woo! Yay! Welcome.
Thing over here.
A little bit. See if you can make it.
Okay, jump. Come on up, Drake. Come on up.
Oh my God, get on me.
I think.
Make it through the door quick enough. This is actually cool with multiple people. I like this.
Yeah.
It makes it way easier.
Oh,
make it. Got it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, made it in. Hopefully they can't lock us out anymore.
Look how derpy we run. How come you're faster? Oh, you jumped
my way up the stairs.
This one's kind of a nasty puzzle if I remember right.
It's not too bad. Now we need to.
Everybody on board the train.
Choo choo.
Yeah, I think we need to move this over here, right?
Oh, thank you.
God, no!
No, you do it from up here, Drake. You grab onto the pillars.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Because I need
you
to be on it. Hold on.
I'll bring it back over. All aboard!
We're doing good. Look at the teamwork. Teamwork make the dream work.
Stop grabbing my butt!
I like it.
Hey, stop it. Stop conga lining. Stop it.
Ah! Get off me, White.
I can't do that.
Yeah, did we do it?
We're dancing.
Made it. We made it.
Yeah, alright, there we go.
Oh, C-Top, no! Oh,
C-Top fell!
Haha.
Shame! Shame!
I'm very far away. Dang it,
we will wait. Alright, well, we'll see you later. It was fun,
Just
C-Top.
like you waited for us in Deep Rock. Go
Peace out! We're out of here!
Whee!
Oh, I didn't make it. You didn't make it. Sorry.
Hey, well, I'm here anyway. Oh, we hit the box.
Alright,
I'm up.
welcome.
Guys,
Got
knocked
next
out.
level.
No!
Wait, I got this,
No!
guys.
Hey,
Help!
no! What are you doing?
Everybody's an idiot.
And some other very fun 3D physics-based stuff. What's that one where you're chained together? Have you seen that game? The three of you chained together on a rope and you have to jump in unison. You seen that?
Okay, come on, let's put this on here.
There
we go.
Not Among Us.
And moving on.
Little guys in 3D.
Gambis.
Teamwork.
Gambis.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
No, you're all racing. It looks like the obstacle pack that we created.
I'll do it.
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys. Yes, that would be similar to this.
Gun Beasts.
Gun Beasts.
I got the door.
How do you spell it?
Gang.
Yeah.
G-A-N-G.
Got it.
Yeah, it's the
Gun Beasts.
Cheater.
Oh yeah, looks similar.
I'm a police.
Yeah, really similar.
Really similar.
That's fighting.
It's more about fighting.
Yeah, more of a deathmatch or like Smash Brothers. Chained together. That's what it's called. What is it called? They're chained together. Yeah, chained together. Pretty simple concept. Again, physics stuff. That's a rigid body link constraint thing. And we've got a standard 3D character controller. And then not much in the way of AI. Definitely not much in the way of story. I mean, there's obviously a lot of in the graphical side of things. But you could do that with a humans fall flat aesthetic and just have tied together as a concept. 2-player co-op or 5-player as it is. I want to see some actual gameplay.
Actually think you stand a chance of escaping from here? I bet 10 souls.
I mean, I don't want to see a bit where you're not chained together. What?
He's chained together and he's playing alone. What is it? The fun
Just
of it.
chained to himself.
Oh, there's two there.
There we go. 4 hours. Jeez, it's a long game. Well, long enough for a Steam game.
Maybe they're not too busy.
Yeah. So yeah, we're in the Mines of Moria here. We're in Lord of the Rings world. But it's like it has a limitation to keep. Like I like when there's one simple limitation that you can keep a thing around. There's another game I saw that I was obsessed with, a little puzzle game where you're a dog holding a big stick, and walking around the level is difficult. The bigger your stick is, the harder the game is because you have to turn in certain ways. But yeah, you're chained. We go. Oh, we're in an obstacle course.
Honest. Imagine playing with 5 people to play
Yeah.
that sport.
That's where it gets really fun. Anyway. Puzzle mechanics, 3D, 2D. If you get something that works, that you can repeat level upon level, you have one game system that you can repeat again and again. I always think of Tetris. It's the same system all the way through, but they increase the speed and they increase the variance of the different types of shapes. And it's a game that can last forever. You can play it again and again and again. Anyway, so I want to look at mouse input today and picking up a moving rigid body object. So let's open up Unity and get into that. I'm just going to use the same project that we were using last week.
Eu fiz o que você tinha recomendado pra mulher. Só pra você colocar essa semana, um dia pra você. Eu você tem a opção de mudar todos os nomes do conceito da primeira. Mas assim, a pessoa nunca também quer.
All right, new scene. Yes.
Can I create a new project then?
You could. I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it so I might want to play with these sprites.
So I think that came to the map. What version are you using?
6.3. But Unity has just told me that there's issues with 6.3, and that's why I'm getting all these errors with this isn't in the package manager. Yeah, every time, and I'm like, I haven't put a single packet. I haven't done anything. Like we put sprites in it.
I'm just trying to get rid of those because so annoying. But just after update for the list.
No, I just ignore.
Yeah.
Ignore until it breaks. When it literally says we cannot let you enter play mode, then I'm like, okay, now I'll update. Until then. Because the next version is going to have, we've got more errors now. Invalid registry item at DLL465. Like, alright, yeah, okay. There's always something.
The LTS one is 22.3, no?
Yeah, well, there's an LTS 6. 6.3 LTS.
Yeah, I'm using the 6.
That's what I'm using.
No.
But like long-term stability is supposed to mean at least a year. And it's been 3 months, and they're like, "You need to update." There's errors all through the problem with this version. Like, that's not long term.
So control.
Okie doke. First things first, I'm just going to create an object we can interact with. 2D object. Square. Then on this object, I just want to add some components so I can interact with it. So we're going to be grabbing it by its rigid body. So it is going to need a rigid body, 2D. I'll turn the gravity to 0. I'll just add a box collider to this as well. Box collider 2D. Only change I've made is the gravity scale on the rigid body is at 0, so it doesn't fall when we press play.
Deixa eu ver os camiseta para ninguém.
Como é que você atualiza?
Rigid body, box collider. I'm going to add the script so I can pick up and move this using the mouse. I'm going to add a new script. Pick up object or OBJ. And just open it up in Visual Studio. First thing I'm going to do is make sure my mouse cursor is visible within the game. So I'll make a build of this. The mouse will be visible. So cursor. Visible equals true. Next, we're going to need a Boolean value to check if the thing is being held, true or false. Public bool is being held. Set that to false by default. A vector 2 for offset. This is going to record the distance between our mouse and the object we're picking up. And then the rigid body. 2D. As or B. I'll do the usual thing I do. Just get rid of this start comment. Rename it. So, usual thing, set that rigid body to equal the rigid body that this script is on. Okay. So first method I'm going to write is to get the mouse's world position, where the mouse is in relation to our scene. So this is going to be a vector3 function. It's not a void because we are going to return a value here. I'm going to call this get mouse world position. I'm going to store the mouse pos as a vector3, x, y, and z. That's going to be equal to input dot mouse position. It's giving me as the autocomplete. Current mouse position in pixel coordinates.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, fine. No. So set our Z position at 0, since it's not going to be beyond, it's going to be on the 2D plane. And we're going to return our value, not returning mouse pos, we're going to return our camera dot main. Then this uses screen to world point, not screen to viewport point, screen to world point. And yeah, we take mouse position. It doesn't like my code, but it will work. What this does is it essentially puts the mouse cursor on the same level as your level asset. It's now in the scene as well as existing over, because obviously we can press the X in the corner to close Unity, but now we can click on things inside of the scene and register where that position is. Now it's only when we call that guest mouse world position, which we're going to call every time we click down on the mouse. I'm going to need two more methods. One for when the mouse is being held down, one for when it's up. The void on the mouse down. You can see there's already a method for it in Unity. I'll need one for on mouse up as well. So when we click down, is being held is true. When we let go, is being held is back to false. Offset is the next thing we calculate. We don't need the mouse to be perfectly exactly in the center. We can calculate the slight bit of difference between them. we're going to take our transform position and we're going to subtract the current position of our mouse world. So I'm just going to run get mouse world position and subtract one from the other. Linear velocity. So when we click on the object, gravity will be at 0. I already have it at 0. But we can re-enable the gravity when we release the mouse. Let's say orbit dot gravity scale equals 1. And then the last little piece of this is in the update method. And we basically just need to check if we're being held and whether to update the position based on that. So if is being held, transform dot position. Yeah, no. Equal to get mouse world position plus the offset that we calculated here. When we click down, the difference between the mouse and the object, we add that on in update, so it maintains that distance. Vector 2 and vector 3. That's vector 3, yeah.
I think you should declare the method inside a variable first.
Mm-hmm.
And then so you do vector to mouse position, but to get world position.
Yeah.
And then transfer that position mouse position plus offset.
Yeah, because it's vector 2 here. What is even the minus that? Offset. Hmm. There needs to be vector 3 here, or it won't use the camera screen to rotate. Oh, so you're saying this variable should be vector 3? Is that what you're saying? No?
No, for me to work, I put vector 2 mouse position is equal to the method.
Mm.
I put transform that position mouse position.
Oh, you converted, yeah. Okay. I think if I just make this vector 3, because then it'll be vector 3, because this is vector 3 down here, as in x, y, and z. It's weird that it'll let me do that. Because that's, oh, so that's vector 3 as well, yeah, transform position. Yeah. Vector 3, and that'll be my change. Ah. No red. Yeah, sorry, slight change. Vector 3 offset. I think that's going to work. Then back to Unity. You can see there's my bool. True or false. I should be able to press play and move something around, and when I let go, it's going to fall. Oh, oh, come back. Make a ground so I can drop things on the ground. Just a new sprite with a box collider. Square. Now I can interact with a rigid body object. Let's duplicate a few times. I can change some colors around. And now I've got some building blocks. Minecraft 2D. Any object that we add a box collider, rigid body, and that script to will work. So we could use our sprites from last time. And just add box collider 2D, rigid body 2D, and our script, which is the pickup object script. Then we can pick up and move that around and interact with other objects in the scene. One implementation of this I have seen is treasure finding, treasure hunt. And they do this thing where there's a jumble of objects like furniture on the ground, and you have to dig around to find clues. So I've included a sprite pack there on Moodle. A bunch of furniture, pixel assets. I'm just going to use that to create my little scene. There are a lot of them. Well, maybe I won't import every single one of them. I'll just see if a few of them that I like. That's all I need. Furniture sprite sheet. I'm going to guess at 32 pixels per unit for this furniture sprite sheet. They're already separate. Nice. Point no filter. RGBA. Yeah, looks right. Yep. So I just imported the sprite sheet.
There is a few ones with the gray outline, back color.
Yeah, I reckon they could be deactivated versions. Maybe like you're moving the mouse over and you highlight. If you're trying picking them from a UI menu, I think that's what the gray ones are for.
No, the back. Did you? Yes. Oh,
Gray outline.
right.
I did. I used the sprite sheet because it seemed to be easier. It has them all there. There's just separate ones if I suppose you wanted the individual objects. Every piece of furniture, I'm just going to add the same stuff to it. Box collider. Rigid body. In fact, I could do them multiple at a time. And our script, pickup object. And straight away, that's ready to work with.
I just put the individual sprites inside of the. Is that?
Yeah, that'd be fine. Oh. Got a famous piece of art. Do you recognize it?
Which one?
It's a famous piece of art.
Mona Lisa.
No.
No.
The pearl, the ring.
Pearl earring. Yeah, that's the girl with the pearl earring. Very classy that they have that in here.
Você falar, Mona Lisa?
Falei que você é muito cultural.
Não, mas quem foi que falou Mona Lisa?
There it is.
Shame.
Shame on me.
See? Exactly the same.
Yeah. In pixel.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
That's another one. Might be Massive Attack anyway. Game designers, huh? Wacky dudes.
Esse pegou todos, pegou.
Só peguei o furniture, que eu aprendi. Isso, tá
Missing one. That would be a good time to take the attendance with the QR code. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so please take your phone out of your bucket, get your QR code scanner ready. I'm going to put up the QR code in 5, 4, 3.
So you have a couple more.
Do you see the script again? Yeah.
Make sure everybody has the QR.
The last fix. Okay.
Secure box cola.
Semana que vem é everything week.
Tem aula dele do João na segunda-feira.
Ah, você tá brincando.
Verdade.
Eu se possível na tela também, tá?
Não, porque eu trabalho.
Okay, everybody has the QR?
Não tem canal no curso, quer dizer?
Back to the script. So my final changes to the script was that I changed the variable here for vector 2 to vector 3.
Sim, mas aí a aula toda, os 2 dias, tá bom. Semana normal, pô.
Eu não sei, não. Mas terça não tem.
Terça-feira.
Tem nada de onde que é essa?
Porque o sol tá fixando a terça. A gente tem 4 aulas na semana. A gente vai ter as 4 aulas próxima semana. Essa é a real.
What is the name? Você
Explica.
Segunda, 2 aulas, terça, 2 aulas.
E quinta?
I didn't do anything up here with using. None of that's changed. It's the standard.
How's the down?
On mouse down. Is there any error in the script?
Did you assign the script to the object?
Did you save the script? Is there one of these? Then on mouse up, we change the physics again. The gravity is switched on basically. But every time we click on it, we turn the gravity to 0, so it isn't fighting the mouse. Gravity is just off while we're holding it down. But in fact, let's just make a change. Let's say gravity scale is 1 the whole time. Now they fall straight away, and it gets even harder. Although it doesn't seem to be fighting, to be honest. It seems like it's double the gravity when I let go.
Yeah, I get the lighting.
And I've only got a couple of objects that are actually rigid bodies. There's the rest are just decoration.
How's the dog get mounted?
Yep. So first, we find where the mouse is. We store it as a variable mouse position. Yeah, the Z position there forward. Yeah, we're not using that because it's a 2D game. And the return is basically our camera view. Screen to world point calculates the vector of where the screen space into world space.
Eu já mandei lá no grupo.
É só adicionar pra box lá, né? Tá caindo tudo.
Intencionalmente de volta.
Box colado.
Eu adicionei, mas eu quando eu dou esse start, olha, cai tudo.
Draft, se você esqueceu de tirar o draft.
Todos, né?
Waves de body. Tudo.
Graft tem que ser zero, né?
Uhum.
Nos dois? Ah, não, só na. Não, o Graft tem que ser zero nos dois? Não, só na box tem que ser zero.
Nos dois, pô. Afinal, o show cai também.
Então. Não tá pegando, não.
Esse é o floor, né?
Quando eu solto quadradinho, ele leva o chão de ready body. Or you can change the ready body.
Aqui é só
Você
colocar
colocou alguma coisa dele? Um script? Não, no chão também não, né?
Não.
Yeah, just remove.
Tenta
Now
colocar
just
script.
slider. And it won't. Yeah.
Um box collider tem a primeira, segunda, terceira trigger.
Não conseguia nem pegar o quadradinho em cima.
Tu botou o script nele? Coloquei. Ele não solta. Agora pra você.
Você tem que pôr o box collider nele também, um box.
Os dois.
Os dois tem que mostrar.
Tá, aqui, ó. De embora e box collider.
E um nível de baixo. Um quadrado de baixo.
E eu também tá.
Meu Deus.
Ah, mas também não coloquei não, tá ligado?
Aí aqui, ó, mano. Por que eu não tô conseguindo picar o bagulho? Unity. Aqui.
Script pickup objects.
Se colocar em dados para lá, eu vou
Ah, tá diferente o nome.
Vai ter que mandar um documento.
Mas para aqui.
Just dirty.
Porque não é um programa.
Tá?
for some reason, when I touch the square on the floor bounces off. So
You have a rigid body on the floor as well?
yeah, rigid body to
You don't need a rigid body on the floor.
No rigid body.
On the floor? No, you don't need it. But if you do have one, like it will fall. But this just came up a second ago as well. Yeah, gravity scale is 0. Even if you put that at 0 for the floor, I'll rename this floor. With a rigid body means, yeah, it falls
yes,
like that.
Yes.
But you can have a rigid body if you want to be able to move it and have it not fall by changing its body type from dynamic, meaning movement, to static or kinematic. That means it'll only move when we code it to move. Or static, yeah. So it falls. I can't click and move it around. That's with kinematic. And static, yeah, just going to stay there. That's in cases where you want it to be detectable by the physics engine. Anyway, I think now is a good time for a break, so let's take a break. Save your work before you leave the room. File save.
Here's just saying like you're trying to read input using the Unity engine input class. What do you have? Blah, blah, blah. I need to go through that.
Settings, project settings, player. I need to update to the new. I guess I have to. They're not making it easy to keep the old input manager. Yeah, active input handling is what you want. For every new project, you're gonna do this again. It's why, which is why I just keep the same project because I don't have to keep going back and making the setting change. Layers.
Eu vou fazer. Vou mexer nesse flashcard lá.
Tiver que mudar.
Tá vazando ainda?